Je donne la parole à la représentante de la Fédération de Russie.
Mr. President, at the outset, let me extend our deepest condolences to our Afghan friends, the people and government of Afghanistan, in the wake of the unprecedented flash floods that affected nearly 3,000 families and took dozens of lives of dozens. We thank a special representative of the Secretary General and the head of the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, Ms. Deborah Lyons, for her observations and assessments of the situation in Afghanistan. We believe that UNAMA has an important role to play in coordinating international assistance to the country. The Russian Federation supports its mandates and activities. We also thank the head of MOBI Group, Mr. Saad Mohseni, for his respective briefing. We thank Her Excellency Ambassador Adela Raz for her statement. We have studied carefully the recent Secretary General's report about the activities and efforts of the United Nations in Afghanistan. The country is now at a critical juncture, and we see the long-held desire of its people to seize the opportunity to achieve sustainable peace. It is high time to focus on efforts in promoting national reconciliation, which will lead to the end of the protracted war and the revival of a peaceful, united, and independent Afghanistan, free of terrorism and drug crime. Let me reaffirm once again Russia's commitment to Afghanistan. We will continue to support the Afghan-led and Afghan-owned inclusive peace process. Inclusive political settlement with the representatives of all parties, ethnic and regional minorities, socio-political groups, including women, is at the heart of our own efforts. As a friend and partner of Afghanistan, Russia has always stood and will stand ready to facilitate negotiations. We are here to enable Afghan parties to find an acceptable to all agreement and achieve a sustainable peace. This is the goal of our efforts within Troika Plus Pakistan and our own interaction with all Afghan sides. The swift start of intra-Afghan negotiations remains our highest priority. We note the progress made on prisoner release recently. We do hope all remaining hurdles will be removed in the coming days and no further delays of the prompt launch of inclusive intra-Afghan negotiations will take place. Otherwise, it will simply jeopardize this fragile peace process. We strongly believe the Security Council members should speak with one voice once again on the importance to speed up the start of the talks. Against this backdrop, the security situation in Afghanistan still remains volatile. We are seriously concerned about the continued presence of ISIL in Afghanistan. Major acts of terrorism occur regularly in various Afghan cities, including Kabul. This is a clear evidence that ISIL is still very strong in the northern and eastern parts of Afghanistan, and it's too premature to celebrate its defeat in the region. We are worried about ISIL sleeper cells in northeastern Afghanistan and diversifying methods and channels of recruiting civilians, especially Afghan youth. ISIL represents a real threat to the security of both Afghanistan and its neighbors in Central Asia and Russia's southern regions. We strongly believe that this problem should not be underestimated. Another challenge is a drug problem in Afghanistan. This threat remains a serious concern for the country as well as for the region and the whole world. Drug cultivation, production, trade, and trafficking are sources of significant financial support for terrorism. We are concerned about the delays with the submission of the annual Afghanistan Opium Survey by UNODC. We do expect all the obstacles to be overcome. This problem should be completely eradicated. We are ready to fulfill our obligations by assisting the collective efforts against this threat, including through our active participation in the UNODC, as well as CSTO and SCO. Russia continues to provide training to narcotic squads from Afghanistan, Pakistan, and the countries of Central Asia, as well as regular assistance under the auspices of UNODC's Global Paris Pact initiative. Mr. President, Afghanistan needs full support and attention of the international community, especially against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic. We truly believe the regional actors can and should play their substantive role in promoting peace process. Their cooperation and assistance is critical to Afghanistan's peace, stability, and sustainable development. I thank you, Mr. President.
Je remercie la représentante de la Fédération de Russie pour sa déclaration.